Start from the beginning of the report. Yeah.
Okay, we are live.
The Senate will please come to order. Before we took a recess, we were discussing the confirmation of John J. Quinn, and as the Secretary of the Agency of Digital Services, the senator from Chittenden, Senator Rahm, was recognized. The senator from Chittenden, Senator Rahm, is further recognized, and I may ask that you begin your report from the start, given the loss of the feed. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President, and I hope my colleagues will bear with me. As you heard, there's been a huge jump in the use and access of digital services, so I believe this is vital information to our constituents as well. Digital services have never been more integral to Vermonters' experience of state government. In 2019, there were 1 million online payments and interactions conducted by Vermont residents. In 2020, that number leapt to 5.6 million. While some of those transactions will return to in-person, it is likely that demand for digital interactions with state government will continue to increase. Secretary John Quinn would describe his role presiding over the Agency of Digital Services as delivering simple and intuitive technology solutions to improve the lives of Vermonters. He was appointed in April of 2017 after serving as the governor's chief innovation officer. He has been working in the public sector since 2001. If you were to ask Secretary Quinn what he is proud of in his work, he would say that ADS has saved taxpayers over $17 million since its formation and has consolidated infrastructure and applications to reduce the number of IT systems in state government. Cybersecurity has been at the forefront of the agency's strategic plan, using consolidation and modernization as a way to strengthen the state's cybersecurity posture. When asked what he envisions digital services to look like in Vermont in 10 years, Secretary Quinn responded that Vermonters would be offered an aligned digital experience for living, working, and doing business with the state of Vermont. The current strategy to get there focuses on cybersecurity, modernization, financing, and user or resident experience. Additionally, the state's primary way to store data would in the future no longer rely on filing cabinets. It would instead sit in a secure document management cloud with a data model that allows, as permitted by law, for multiple agencies to be able to get a holistic view of a citizen or business that requests service in order to provide residents with a faster and more accurate experience. Vermonters would have access to their own digital records without long delays. I think Secretary Quinn and my colleagues on government operations would agree that I came into the confirmation process with the most skepticism about his work and the most questions about his vision for digital government. I am before this body today defending his confirmation with satisfaction and even some enthusiasm. One need look no further than the award-winning transformation of Vermont.gov to be more navigable, user-friendly, and accessible in plain English with visible options for translation. And if one does look further, they will see that we still have work to do. And I believe Secretary Quinn is very cognizant of that. He would point out that partner agencies need internal digital staffing capacity to undergo transformational process changes in digital government, and that current funding is not yet sufficient to replace legacy systems with ones that have navigable citizen-facing portals. He would posit that any new appropriation to an agency's existing systems and services have a built-in digital component. He also recognizes that of between 65 to 70 contracts, about 15 are currently with Vermont companies, and he is working to get more Vermont vendors into the pipeline. Madam President, your Government Operations Committee is bringing this nomination of Secretary John Quinn to the full body on a vote of 5-0-0 and asks for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the appointment of John Quinn as Secretary of the Agency of Digital Services be confirmed by the Senate? Are you ready for the question? Kindly unmute. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and you've confirmed the appointment of John Quinn as Secretary of the Agency of Digital Services. This is the appointment of June Tierney of Randolph as the Commissioner of the Department of Public Service. The question is, shall the appointment of June Tierney, as the Commissioner of the Department of Public Service be confirmed by the Senate? The Senator from Washington, Senator Cummings, is recognized for her report.
Thank you, Madam President. June Tierney started out as a commissioned officer in the United States Army, where she worked as Director of Military Personnel Office, Public Affairs Officer, and a training officer. She then went to Vermont Law School and received her JD, magna cum laude. After that, she also clerked for the Vermont Supreme Court Justice James L. Morse. After that, she worked in private practice until 2001, when she joined the Department of Public Service, first as an administrative hearing officer. She joined the Department of Public Service, as a staff attorney representing ratepayers and the public at large in the field of public utilities regulation. She then in 2008, became an administrative hearing officer in the field of public utilities regulation, and then joined the Public Service Board as their general counsel in 2012. January 2017, she was appointed the Commissioner of the Department of Public Service. Your Finance Committee has worked with Commissioner Tierney. We have had our ups and our downs and some rough spots. She has always maintained her professionalism, her composure. She has always had the information or gotten it for us. And your committee has voted 7-0-0 to recommend the confirmation of June Tierney as the Commissioner of the Department of Public Service.
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the appointment of June Tierney as the Commissioner of the Department of Public Service be confirmed by the Senate? Are you ready for the question? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed, nay or no. The ayes have it, and you confirm the appointment of June Tierney as Commissioner of the Department of Public Service. This is the appointment of Julie Holbert of Colchester as a member of the Cannabis Control Board. The question is, shall the appointment of Julie Holbert as a member of the Cannabis Control Board be confirmed by the Senate? The senator from Chittenden, Senator Rahm, is recognized for her report.
Thank you, Madam President. The Cannabis Control Board, made up of only 3 individuals in Vermont, has a tremendous task ahead and has many Vermonters' perspectives and lived experiences to weigh. I do not think it would be a stretch to say that your Committee on Government Operations believes Julie Holbert is one of the best candidates the governor could advance to remain committed to an inclusive process and to uplifting the most unheard and marginalized voices. In the wake of this confirmation, she will leave a lot of organizations and roles where she will be missed and her absence will be felt. Most recently, those include chairing the State Ethics Commission, directing the Human Resources Department for the Vermont Student Assistance Corporation, and serving as a member of the Colchester Select Board. Prior to her role at VSAC, she served with distinction as the HR Director for the City of Winooski, Vermont's most multiculturally diverse community. I was able to witness in my professional equity work with Winooski how deeply Ms. Holbert took her responsibility to dismantle personal and systemic racism and to help bring new systems to life that honor different communities, cultures, and ways of being. She will be a tremendous asset and ally to our state and to the communities that have been most impacted by the criminalization of cannabis and the failed war on drugs. Madam President, your Government Operations Committee is bringing the nomination of Julie Holbert to the full body on a vote of 5-0-0 and asks for your support. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the appointment of Julie Holbert as a member of the Cannabis Control Board be confirmed by the Senate? Are you ready for the question? Kindly unmute. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye. Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and you've confirmed the appointment of Julie Holbert as a member of the Cannabis Control Board. This is the appointment of James Pepper of Montpelier as Chair of the Cannabis Control Board. The question is, shall the appointment of James Pepper as Chair of the Cannabis Control Board be confirmed by the Senate? The Senator from Windham, Senator White, is recognized for her report.
Thank you, Madam President. I am so pleased to be recommending James Pepper as Chair of the Cannabis Control Board. As you heard, the board is made up of 3 people and will be responsible for implementing our cannabis adult use legislation. Pepper and his wife, a Vermont native, moved back to Vermont from DC after becoming discouraged with the incivility and general disintegration of national politics. He now lives in Montpelier with his wife and family that includes twin toddler boys. Pepper graduated from Vermont Law School and has long been concerned about the negative impact of prohibition of cannabis. He was Governor Shumlin's point person on this issue and has recently been working for the Department of State's attorneys and sheriffs. Pepper is committed to being truthful about the negative effects on the developing brain and the need for education and prevention alongside the development of this new industry. He outlined what he saw as the major challenges confronting the board. There were 4 major areas that he saw as challenges. 1, the timelines, which were aggressive even before, and now that we've fallen behind, months behind, it's even more challenging. 2, as we move quickly, we need to make sure that by moving too quickly, we don't harm to our commitment to, we don't do harm to our commitment to social equity and the small growers. And 3, in implementing, we need to be constantly aware of and take into account what is happening at the federal level. His 4th area of concern was we need to implement in such a way that it allows those who are currently illegally in the industry will willingly come into the legalized construct. Pepper is well situated to start this work in full throttle. In fact, I think he's already gone from 0 to about 110 in just a few weeks. I could go on, but we'll just end by saying that I have never felt more confident in recommending someone to a position. Senate Government Operations Committee wholeheartedly supports this nomination and asks for your confirmation.
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the appointment of James Pepper as Chair of the Cannabis Control Board be confirmed by the Senate? Are you ready for the question? Kindly unmute. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and you've confirmed James Pepper as Chair of the Cannabis Control Board. This is the appointment of Kyle Harris of Montpelier as a member of the Cannabis Control Board. The question is, shall the appointment of Kyle Harris as a member of the Cannabis Control Board be confirmed by the Senate? The Senator from Rutland, Senator Collimore, is recognized for his report.
Thank you, Madam President. After graduating from the Vermont Law School, where he received a JD and a master's degree in environmental policy, Kyle Harris has worked for the Agency of Agriculture with emphasis on ag development, with a focus on policy formation, safety, and importantly for this position, in business development. Kyle has helped Vermont hemp businesses find markets at both the regional and national level and help them understand how to navigate competing state programs with different requirements. He has managed federal grants and provided policy input to major position points that our ag agency offers to each administration. He understands the need for relationships between public and private interests to achieve meaningful outcomes that have public buy-in and support. He appeared before the Senate Government Operations Committee. We believe he has a strong professional foundation from which to tackle the complexity of creating a regulatory system and marketplace that will allow Vermont cannabis companies to flourish while maintaining a strong interest in the health and safety of Vermont's youth. Whether a person chooses to participate in Vermont's adult use recreational cannabis program as a licensed person, a business, or as a consumer, Kyle indicated to us that his #1 goal will be to create a program that all Vermonters can be proud to call inclusive, equitable, and accessible. We believe Kyle has the requisite academic training, the professional experience, and the interpersonal skills to do just that. The Senate Government Operations Committee voted unanimously to approve the confirmation of Kyle Harris. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Senator. The question is, shall the appointment of Kyle Harris as a member of the Cannabis Control Board be confirmed by the Senate? Are you ready for the question? Kindly unmute. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. The ayes have it, and you've confirmed Kyle Harris as a member of the Cannabis Control Board. This is now the appointment of Craig Bolio of Essex Junction as Commissioner of the Department of Taxes. The question is, shall the appointment of Craig Bolio as the Commissioner of the Department of Taxes be confirmed by the Senate? The senator from Orange, Senator McDonald, is recognized for the report of the Committee on Finance.
Okay. Madam President, Craig Bolio graduated from the University of Vermont in 2008, where he studied Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Political Science. His first job was with the U.S. Census 10 years ago. Following his experience there, he went back to the University of Vermont and earned a Master's in Business Administration. 10 years ago, he went to work with the tax department. He started as a temporary employee. There, he worked on phone calls, emails, helping answer tax questions, processing Vermont tax returns and tax refunds. Craig Bolio was the person you might have called when you had a tax issue and he dealt with your concerns. He moved up to being a tax implementation coordinator. As a technician, he helped to design elements of systems to coordinate testing and implementation and stakeholder usability, technical stuff. Then he was moved up again in 2015 to modernize systems and consolidate their operations, technical solutions. He was made deputy commissioner in 2018, where he managed performance guidelines and helped to streamline the processing of personal income tax refunds and property tax credits. By that time, he'd worked under two governors.
Excuse me,